Good afternoon, livetraders.net swing trading community. Hope you all having a great weekend and welcome to the weekend edition of this newsletter. What a week altogether. Well, it's been a good week. We had a nice Monday, a little bit of slow midweek, and then we ramped up on Friday, and boy, did we. I wanted to kind of show you guys what happened. This is just Friday. I want to give you a little bit of what taste of what our trading room looks like. And this is, this is just me. I'm coming. I mean, those of you says, hey, nothing happened during lunch hours or whatnot. Well, I want to give you a little bit of a taste of what happened during the lunch hour. That's obviously that's me right here, getting to the room, and we have a very good trade service, trade exchange who provides a service based on the volume that we do and what we produce in our room. So this is a great addition for the members to have free news, free up to the minute newswire from Trade Exchange at no cost. But here's the fire eye. I said let's just scalp the fire eye over 4205, and we'll put a stop at 88. And I'll obviously I went in much in-depth analysis how I scalped it, why I scalped it, and what led me to scalp this. And we ended up taking target of this right here. Now I also told the room that I'm holding this swing trade as well, and I'll show you the swing trade, how the swing trade worked out. Now I've closed this swing trade um, in Fire Eye, but we are swing trade also worked out very well for us. Give swing trade also worked out very well for her, and obviously I've closed it, but I want to give you a little bit of a flavor what happened when you take a stock and you hold it a little bit, and the results that it produced. So that's just in Fire Eye. The same day on Friday, I was working with the room, and I was actually just getting off the mic. I was not on the mic. I think Jarrett was on the mic, and we were talking about this fizz. And I put in a room. I said, "Hey, I'm interested in this fizz." And what I like it about the Fizz is I'm interested in shorting at 64.75, and I'm going to give it a little bit over the whole number stop at '03. And I want to short this because, and I went into depth why I want to short it, where I want to short it, and then I wanted to add over under the half number. And this was another trade that worked out really well for us, as you can see. So I had a nice little close to Friday as well. And also wanted to give you a little bit of shout those of you are in room with us. I want to give you a little bit of trade here. This BABA trade, and we've closed it. We've closed the BABA trade. Look at the share size right here, and you can tell by the text that it was only 300 shares. And I told the room I want to take this, and this, we took this trade, and I can show you where we took this trade. And I said I'm going to take this trade with a 50-cent stop, and if it closed stronger above where we entered and we get this nice move, I'm going to hold this overnight, and this is just a couple 3 days hold, and we nice $1,500 move, a nice swing trade here as well. So what my goal here is to what my goal is to communicate that yes, we can make money. We don't have to have a hedge fund. And speaking of a hedge fund, obviously our newsletter picks go out what we do in hedge fund. And I'm not sure if I can share this with you, but I'm going to do it anyways to kind of give you what our hedge fund looks like. These are a couple of trades right here. MDR, that was the open trade in our swing newsletter. Right here, this is what it looks like. Obviously, this is what it looks our swing newsletter, and I wanted to show you because MDR we closed it in our newsletter, and I wanted to show you guys right here. This is what our newsletter looks like right here. Obviously, right, MDR. Look at this MDR, and then we closed it. So nice little trade in MDR as well, and I'll show you some. And people often ask me, hey, do you have a losing position? Well, there cannot be any trading without losing trade. And please, don't forward this video to anybody. But here's what the hedge fund looks like, kind of a hedge fund position. And I'm just giving you the equity side of the hedge fund. These are the stock trades that we've done in a hedge fund so far this year, and these are going live to all of our subscribers. So there are always going to be some losing trades and some winning trades, but we lose an inch to gain a yard. That's kind of deal right here. GLD obviously got crushed, and no problem, no worries. And Loco, these are hedge funded, but some of the nice REGN, look at the gains right here. MDR totally killed it. Baba, we raised the stop and got clipped. TGX, we raised the stop. Nothing here. This is kind of a cost of doing business right here. QCOM, that was actually my fault. I was responsible for this, and I put a wrong price in it. It got triggered, made nice little money, and call it a day. SanDisk, our open position, and Lumber Liquidator, our open position. This is our year to date P&L looks like. Just the equity side of the house, and obviously we're managing the option side as well. And we're gonna open up an option newsletter for the members. I'm getting overwhelming ask from from our members to do options, and we're going to start doing this in May, and that is going to be complimentary for anyone who subscribed to the Swing newsletter, and or you can do a separate one. So here we go. Spiders. We talked about this in a previous newsletter. Pretty spot on. And I said, if you have access to the previous newsletter, go back and see what I said. Hey, don't worry about this topping tail. What we need to worry about, what's strong here. What's strong here is this. We're still in the weekly uptrend, and this is a pullback in the context of weekly uptrend. There are signs of caution. Sure, we have some signs of caution, but that's how we do business. Technicals, the technical analysis and candlestick analysis. Most importantly, what we have here is a topping tail right here that did not even breach the 20% of this bar and stayed over this 21 MA, and then prices consolidated here for a couple of days, broke out, nice little gap here, and now we're off and running. But what we're starting to see, the volume is starting to pick back up, right? Pick back up, and as we get more participation, earnings season starting to ramp up next week, we're going to see more volume come in. At this point, I fully expect market to actually right here. This is what we did our last newsletter, and now I fully expect market to first test this area and then ultimately test this area. Same thing, same thing what goes for the Qs here as well. Qs, same thing here, Qs. But all this, it's so very important to understand how you're going to why you're Qs. Right here, look, that's the first level of resistance in Qs. We can come down here. Right here, we already broke the downtrend line. There's also, I talk a lot about how to draw your lines, and there's also, I talk about the micro trend line and the macro trend line, and I quantify the differences between two for the members, and hopefully you guys understand now. This is now, if we take out the highs, we take out these highs, then now we're gonna get this becomes a major support. We talked about that as well. Currently, we're sitting right over here, about 100 bucks as a major support. But if we break this, look out below. But I think we will test this before we test the $100. So nice little price action in the market. This we talked about. And the questions, where did I get my signs of recovery here? Well, right here. Right over here, IWM. IWM, the first one to break down, the first one gives us a single signal. I don't do market analysis without IWM. This is the most important index for me. Small caps, we got to know what's happening there. Without this, market cannot rally. And obviously, energy is picked up good steam here, and those of you in a room with me, I put on in my personal account, in this account, I also, manage this account for myself. And this is more of mostly a discretionary account to kind of a vacation. And you guys know I'm taking a vacation in May, so that's going to cost, 15, 20K. So I need something there as well. And that portfolio is starting to look pretty good. And every trade is taken live in the live trading chat room. I don't take a trade without you guys. I think the only trade that I took without you guys was my WLT, and I share my screen with you guys as to what's going on with my swing portfolio. So with that said, IWM looks poised to break out and break higher. These are the areas to watch. We had nice day Friday, and as you know, it was a nice day, and all the stock market advanced Friday, capping off what a second straight weekly advance. And the market and the investors were encouraged by the latest corporate deal news. All right, as we always do, let's take a look at our open positions and see what is happening. Before I go into the open position, I am stocking a super core position for us, and we rarely have core positions here, but I have two that on my radar, one short and one long, and I will keep you guys all posted as we as I did with the with G Pro. So we'll send out a midweek alert if and when something materialized. But I have those on my radar, and I will keep you posted. Let's look at LL. LL, we're long at 31.09. It's at 33.40. We raised the stop to 31.22. Very, it does not. The question is, what we do with this. This does not, it doesn't bother me at all. This consolidation is nice. If we break out, I think one of these days we're going to gap over this and we'll eventually hit our targets here in LL. So I don't have any worries with LL. It looks just fine. Obvious congratulations on MDR. We hit our targets on MDR. We got in MDR at 335. So that was right here, and we took our final target at $4.35. Very nice job. Congratulations. One of my members says he just exited at 4. He said he just exited at 485. So wow, congratulations. Great job there. So good job. Good stuff there. Also wanted to talk about so these two we have open position. Also wanted to the alert that we sent out midweek was SanDisk. It's an open position. Hit our first target, so congratulations at $70. And we raised the stop on SanDisk to 68. So stop raised to 68 on SanDisk. That's also an open position. Next target is 73, and I think we'll get there. I wouldn't be surprised we get 75, but since we have a little bit bigger positions to unload, 73 will be our target. So congratulations on that as well. First target is hit, so we are doing very well as I showed you in the in G Pro. I'm sorry, in a hedge fund and G Pro. Look at G Pro. G Pro is nice. After a nice start here, G Pro. This looks like higher prices to come in G Pro. So that's all good. Good thing are happening. Let me give you some analysis on members' requests. These stocks, Apple's, it's in a big wedge pattern, right? We talked about this, a wedge pattern, one way or the other. Either it's going to break out or it's going to break down. If I have my guess, the way it traded and the way I want to bring it up here is this: the way it traded yesterday on Friday, it looks like higher prices to come. It looks like the watch is going to be a mini home run, kind of, right? And maybe not a home run, or maybe it's a single or double. If you get a double on Apple, that means this could take the prices right here. Look at the weekly chart, looks very nice, smooth weekly chart. This 21 MA smoothing out on the weekly chart, nice candle here. Look at the volume that came yesterday. Take out this red bar. If you take out this red bar, high prices going to happen very soon, especially 130. Look out, check, look out. It can go much, much, much higher. So with that said, let's take a look at Facebook. Facebook, this big green bar right here is consolidating. I don't see anything in Facebook. I know you guys wanted me to go over Facebook, but I'm not seeing much in Facebook. There's no trade for me. The other one is Twitter. I like Twitter. Twitter, we actually made some money on Twitter. Day trading, that is, we made money. Right now, it's a 3-bar pullback. Keep an eye on it. Pull back on a lighter volume, but you also have to understand, Twitter had a couple of entries that this could be target one, maybe target two right here on Twitter. So it's a little bit late. Some bullish stock that I like to bring them to your attention right here. This AFL, and it has been on my radar. AFL looks really nice right here. So it's trade it to your plan, but look at the look at the weekly chart, look at the daily chart, look at the hourly chart, all in confluence, and looks like a higher prices to come here in AFL. AutoZone, big stock. Remember, mentioned it right over here. AutoZone, keep an eye on it. Little gap up right here, and now $40 later, that's where it's sitting. So some picks are working really nice. I just talked about Baba. Obviously sold my position in Baba. It's pulling back on a higher volume. Not a very good sign for Baba, right? It looks like it was poised to move higher. Now it pulled back. So keep an eye on this Baba. If it put a higher low, this may be getting ready to go or maybe consolidate a little bit more. So Baba, it's not bad. CAH is one of my favorites right here. COH. This looks like also have a lot of room to move higher. Look at the hourly chart here. You have some resistance right here, 91, but once the break of 91, this is 3-4 weeks consolidation. Looks like higher prices. Cat, this is in my personal portfolio. Full disclosure, those of you who are in member in the day trading room, you guys know I took this trade right over here, still holding nicely in the money, about 2.5 points right here. Finally, kind of a not breaking out, but breaking out of this consolidation into the void on a higher volume. All good sign. Where's my target? Well, those of you in the room know exactly where I'm going to be taking the target. And if that happens midday, then we will take it. My favorite time to take swing trade, as I talk to my members a lot, is it's on a 15 minutes chart when I'm ready to take a trade on a swing trade, right? Right. So if I get a pattern like this on a 15 minutes chart, confirmed entry, bam, I'm in this trade. But obviously this happened way back here on Caterpillar. So that's I'm in Caterpillar. CBI. CBI consolidating very nicely. There's a 200 MA right here, but if this kind of breaks out on a volume pullback, keep an eye on this. This thing looks very good. COH, those of you are the member of the newsletter, I mentioned COH right up here and stopped right here. So, right now it's a nice move. And then I said right here, this is confirmed entry because we moved higher, pulled back, now we engulf this red bar, this 1, 2, 3 bar pattern, and I teach in my course at times, especially those that I've mentored, that this pattern right here, this pattern is not a bearish pattern. Matter of fact, once it break to the upside, it kind of catches some steam, and you can see what happened here with the volume. So there's volume that's coming in. So Coach also still looks pretty good. CVX, I'm not sure about CVX, but what I do like in the oil space is ExxonMobil. This consolidation here in ExxonMobil, 80, over this topping tail and then stop right here, maybe get a $90, right, $90 out of this. So look how we came down. That's exactly how we're going to go back up. Next resistance is right over here. So that's what I like in the energy sector. Those of you in the day trading room, you guys know I am personally long here, and that trade as well I've taken in the room, and we've been in this trade three times, right? We went long, we went short, and actually I mentioned the short here and took it in a room. And we're in this trade, for quite a bit now. So we're up about 11 points here in this trade. As you guys know, I'm looking for much higher targets here. The weekly chart finally looks like it is ready. It is so ready. The weekly chart is ready to maybe, go right here. 100 bucks right here. So congrats on this as well. I do like this, and also, ConocoPhillips not bad. This is nothing. ConocoPhillips isn't bad. Energy sector as a whole is starting to pick up some steam right here. Look at this right here. It's starting to pick up some steam. Maybe higher prices to come, and then eventually retest. One position that I did have, and I'm not. I actually sold this position in my personal portfolio. Got in at 1550, I believe it was USO. I don't know why I can't get the data. All right, there you go. Got the platform back. I don't know why it wasn't loading, but USO, I got in as USO right over here, and this move right over here, we got this move higher, and then we had this news that the peace agreement signed and oil started to sell off, and I got out of my USO position, but kept the SLB because I really like the chart, and the refiner space looks like a much better deal. In that space, keep an eye on Halliburton as well. That's starting to look pretty good. FSLR is one of my favorites here, FSLR, as this one's starting to, base right here. This is I'm going to be watching this. If the brace breakout right here, this is going to look a very good, especially if we get the earning. This thing has so much room to move higher. Look at 80 bucks and then wow. This can go much, much, much higher. This is a 2 months of consolidation here when you pull up this chart and looks like, this is all right here being consolidated right here. Look at the volume, not much interest here in selling. Look at this volume. Keep an eye on it. Price is the king, volume is queen right here. So really like this as this starting to pick up as this starting to pick up steam, volume starting to pick up steam, you're going to see much, much, much higher prices here as well. Tesla, watch for Tesla's pullback. Tesla, on that news, actually starting to look. I gotta tell you, Tesla's starting to look pretty interesting on that news. I'm not opposed to that now. I'm not opposed to that at all. On that news, had a news on Tesla, and this one's starting to look pretty interesting. So I'm gonna keep an eye on Tesla. Any pullback here, I might get interested in Tesla because right here, look at this downtrend. Downtrend is broken now. Retest of a downtrend. I am going to be interested. Speaking of Tesla, we traded this in the room Netflix yesterday, and I told the room that hey, this may have 460 very much in it. So it's up another dollar at close. So closing price is like a 456 on this after hour. It can easily go to 480. I would not be surprised to see Netflix go to 480. Beautiful pattern on the weekly chart. So also like it higher. Here's one stock that I want to bring it to your attention as a speculative. It's a $20 stock right here. It's a $20 stock. There's resistance right here. So you have some resistance here. But if it can get going, look at this volume. So keep an eye on volume. If this get going, you're going to see you're going to see some higher prices here very quickly. Also that, caught my attention here is NRP. Looks like right here, prices held this level, did not retest, did not retest the lows. You have higher low here, nice volume. Keep an eye on this. These stocks right here, look at this. Look at this downtrend. Broke the downtrend. Moving averages are not now underneath, supporting the prices. So these things starting to, this thing's starting to look very nice. Now I always bring something for you as something that is getting climactic, perhaps. So that will be your that will be your opportunity to take a short position. This right here, look, two bars, two biggest bars with volume. See if we can get to $5 and then we short right here at $5. If we get a $5, we can short this at a $5. So CYTR, I like it from the short side. There are some, there are other uh, biotech stocks that are catching my attention, but they're not ready yet. I'll give you another one that I really like from the speculative standpoint. This right here from a speculative standpoint, I like to actually take this at $5 and see if we can take this higher. Look at this volume. Every time you have volume spike, something follows the volume spike. Nice pullback on the hourly chart. So like that as well. Wanted to bring it to your attention. Um, I, I all, obviously we all do have a portfolio for small speculative position. I personally have one right now in my portfolio is WLT. It's pulled back, but it's a free trade now. I got my stop right here on WLT, and I'm just gonna, forget about it. Put a couple $3,000 and forget about it. If it gets to $2, $3, then it's perfect. That'll be great. Another vacation. If not, then oh well, that's trading. So um, this one this one is my speculative. Also, I'm watching this BC Bonanza Creek Energy. Right here is the resistance. It's sitting right at $30. This comes out from weekly chart. Once you break this, next target is going to be $40. So there's room. I like these voids right here. Like to trade those voids as they bring very good energy in from the bull side. FireEye, we talked about it. I took it in a room and went over in details with the room. Beautiful pattern on the weekly chart. Beautiful pattern. That's what I call it, a multiple time frame confluence. Daily chart pullback where it started its first move, pullback, and this is your double bottom right here on this retest. confirming higher prices. Once you break 40, rest is history. So this is really good. Kind of you kind of have on a smaller time frame, you kind of have this pattern that's building in this right here. You got a little bit of a W pattern right here. So once you break this, right, you have $2 right here, you're gonna have a very good move. So if it consolidate here, gives you an inside bar, perhaps you can add, you can either add or tag along to what's already triggered as a swing trade. United Healthcare starting to look very nice. This is a very strong stock. I do like it, so I like to keep an eye on this and see if I can pick up a position here in United Healthcare. I do like this in this space. I like CERN. Actually, I tweeted CERN on Friday as a $75 breakout. I really like this CERN as a $75 breakout. Those of you who are following me on StockTwit or Twitter, you can follow me on StockTwit on or Twitter. That's my handle. So let me just do this right here. So that's my handle right here on StockTwit or Twitter, NDX 100 right here, CERN daily breakout, April 10th, before even the market open. And these are the trades that I called FIS, and then FIRI, and so on and so forth. So just you keep, if you guys want to follow, that's my handle. So, love to have you in that community as well. So you get sometime I throw out good picks there as well. Yelp, guys, get ready on Yelp. Yelp is going to be a trade that I am going to call very, very soon because it is consolidating and it's ascending price action right here. Weekly chart starting to look good. Once we get over this area right over here, once we get over this area, can start a position here and then add over here and then first target somewhere here, second target much higher prices. So Yelp, I like this Yelp. X also, I like this X also, this consolidation here in X. And once this breakout, I think $30 is the next target on X. Love this pattern on the weekly chart. Look at this first, I always let go the first one. The second pullback that holds support, I love buying it here. That's what I like buying. And now it's starting to look pretty good right here. That's your entry, that's your stop. Pretty predefined risk here in Caterpillar. So keep an eye on Caterpillar. Couple of banks, bank stocks are not looking very good here. I mean, Bank of America, there's no action in Bank of America. Wells Fargo, same thing. Citibank may be strong. Goldman Sachs broke out, and we talked about it right here in the newsletter. So keep an eye on Goldman Sachs, and if you played it, congratulations. Goldman Sachs is really breaking out, but XLF did not do much. Matter of fact, the only sector that was down on Friday. So 6 out of 7 sectors were up. XLF was the only sector that was down. And here is something our old friend Triple D. Look at the volume yesterday in Triple D. Starting to put some volume. And look at this pattern. Look at this pattern. I teach this in first course, right? I teach this in my first course. Look at this pattern. Starting to, remember the micro trend line, and then you have a macro trend line. Very important to understand the concept of those. Nice bar here, 2 bar pullback, bam, right here. That was the entry in Triple D. So keep an eye on Triple D. Here's the stock that I want to talk about a little bit because first of all, it's $1,200 stock. It really doesn't matter. The prices doesn't matter. But I personally really like this stock. This is the stock that we actively trade in our option portfolio, and I love trading weekly options on this stock. So now I have a defined range of this stock. I can do some put spread. I could do some call spread. I could do double calendar on this stock. This is just poised to break out one way or the other. So it doesn't matter that it's a $1,200 stock. Matter of fact, weekly option makes it so much possible for us to trade these and not to put up too much capital. So just wanted to bring it to you that how we trade these. Walmart is also showing signs of weakness. Look at this 200 MA just holding on to dear life here in Walmart. And there's a support right here in Walmart. So, but I like this as a short play right here, Walmart. Look, there's just markets moving higher. Walmart showing absolutely no signs of life. So, want to keep an eye on this. Costco, the same thing. And Target is very bullish here. So, those, if you want to look for a bullish stock between the retailer, look for Target. Macy's, we kind of talk about Macy's sloppy pattern, took off, not interested. Here's one short that I like, classic 3 bar retracement into resistance, and now it's getting ready to be shorted right here, and much higher targets because when you look at the weekly chart, wow, once you break this, look out below. Look out below. Very nice chart here. Look at this. This is has probably room to 22 bucks. So I like EMC short. I also like the Ford as a short trade right here. It's hanging on to dear life. Again, on 200 MA, look at this weekly chart. Now, weekly chart is still in somewhat an uptrend. So that's the problem. The others, not so much. When you look at the weekly chart here, right? But right here, if we take this area, we have wide range bar on the weekly, but the targets aren't very good on this. But this is also showing relative weakness. So I'm looking at the stocks. These are stocks that I've scanned, and those of you who've attended my scanning session, I go thousands of stocks before I bring it to your attention. Um, one stock that caught my eyes as I was scanning, not short, but perhaps getting ready to maybe we can take a position is HPQ. So we'll keep an eye on HPQ and see if this materialize, and if it does, then I'll bring it to your attention. And last one that I have is FCX. FCX is a short. Actually, it's right here. It's a short. If this gets taken out, this can go to $10 very quickly. Same thing with Newmont Mining. Keep an eye on it. This is continue to trade below below the 200 MA. So right over here, if this breaks this, next target could be a big target in NEM. So keep an eye on it. Quick gold update before I go. Like I told you, the last three newsletter. I'm not understanding the gold price action, so I am staying away from it. Not sure what's going on with gold. US dollar continue to pick up steam here. If the US dollar gets strong, looks like it has a date with 26.50, the gold will pull back and you'll see a retracement in gold. That brings up the treasuries. As market gets stronger, treasuries are first time in a very long time. Treasuries are starting to look vulnerable because if I bring this weekly chart here and look at the strong rally, this is your macro trend line, strong rally on TLT. Our fund made so much money here because every time it tested the 20 MA, 21 MA, this the this rallied every time. This 21 MA right here, you see a 9 MA, and I have a 9 MA for a specific reason, but they rally. The first time we have potential for lower high. So look out for lower prices in TLT. So with that said, sorry for a little bit longer as we had a lot to cover in this edition of newsletter. Like I said, I have two trades that are actually kind of, building up, kind of marinating right now, and wanted to we'll bring it to your attention as they're ready to go. I, I cannot wait, and if they do set up, we will definitely bring it to your attention. One short, one long, and we will make them count. So with that said, have a great rest of the weekend. Enjoy the time with friends and family. A great week ahead, earning packed, action packed, and that's where we make the most out of it. And we will see you in livetraders.net chat room. Those of you are in the room.